Hey, what is up, everybody? Hunter Orrell here. How are you doing? It is Friday, August 27th. I'm here in New York at a friend's house. We have Futurist 3 in the house as well, back there, praying that I don't dox him. Good to see friends. Gonna be an exciting weekend. Gonna definitely talk NFTs. We're filming a documentary interview today, and then a bunch of documentary stuff tomorrow. Tom Sachs rocket launch tomorrow. We're going to be minting some BitGans tomorrow, minting some mutants for Bored Ape Yacht Club. So lots going on over this weekend. Yeah. Oh, we also have Bobby Hundreds, the Atom Bomb Squad happening today. Planning on minting that. Very excited to get into that. It's going to be launching, and I'll put this out probably around. This is going out probably around like 11:30 Eastern time. Bomb Squad is going to drop late morning Pacific Standard Time, so we're probably going to look at like 1 to 2 p.m. On the East Coast. So this is the collaboration, or at least the hundreds, basically their project of like entering the space. It's really cool to see that they've embraced Web 3.0 so like intensely, and they definitely see the vision. They were early adopters into streetwear, and the fact that they're early adopters into NFTs is just awesome. The art looks really cool. The pieces look really cool. I forget what minting is. I think minting's like 0.05. It's gonna be a sick drop. And I love the thought process into it. I love that they have pixelized ones. I love that they have like split up ones. They really kind of trying to figure out ways to do this in the most unique way, and really at a 25,000 supply cap, do it so that there's lots and lots of different stuff throughout. Because when you increase that supply cap, that means you actually have to have more variations so that you don't have huge categories that are just all look the same, and there's not really much differentiation in them. Also, just shouting again, the next VFriends project coming out, Dapper Dinos, Gary V's project. Want to give them a shout out. There's a lot of information happening here. There's going to be an airdrop on September 15th, so keep an eye on that. Like I said at the beginning of the video, also have Bored Ape Yacht Club coming up on Saturday. The Mutants will be launching. There's a lot of speculation of this. You only need to have an ape, though. You don't need to have a dog. You don't need to do anything else. You just need an ape to get a mutant. And then, yeah, I think these are going to go crazy. Definitely expecting like a 10 ETH floor pretty much right off the rip. Yeah, it will be wild, and it's going to be the opposite of Meebits and kind of what I think Larva Labs wish Meebits had launched at. I think there's just going to be so much hype, and it's going to look dope, and yeah, super bullish on the mutants. Also, bullish on MetaHero universe, revealing more of the MetaHero core identities. I think the first 12 have been minted. And the generation of the random numbers. So yeah. Oh, so I guess it has what wallets they went to. Very cool. Imagine if I saw mine live. That'd be kind of crazy. Lose my mind. Wow. Yeah. So congrats to those 12 wallets. You got some life-changing stuff happening there. Just because these will be heavily sought after. I'm expecting these, especially like Mata to go for possibly like over 100 ETH, 150, 250, not out of question. Really am expecting that this project takes off super hard. What else we got here? I want to make a comment to a lot of people about, in a rising bull market, make sure you're always checking your listings. If you're going to go away for the weekend, set things at listing prices of like, if it's sold, you'd be okay with. Otherwise, like if you walk away and you've let a listing sit there, like I have an Ether poem sitting at 9.93, and I'm seeing the Ether poem floor start to rise. Like if it's sold at 9.93, great. I made, concertain like 9 ETH on that flip, but I would be kind of upset, to be quite honest. Like in this market, seeing what stuff is doing and knowing what that project is worth, and that it's a laggard, I would be quite upset actually. I think that's something that after seeing this meme of congrats you're sold and the huge no, yeah, going back, looking through your wallet, doing that due diligence of, okay, where's the floor and everything? Am I overpriced, underpriced, mid-priced? If it's sold for this, would I be happy? Kind of thing. Also, Ghxsts, I just want to give another shout out because he is really just one of my favorite people in this space. I love the art. I love his authenticity to what he does. I love that he tweeted this out and saying, 10 years ago, my teacher told me to change my art style. I wouldn't make it as an artist. 3 days ago, I sold an original piece for $2 million USD. I mean, that's like the core of the NFT market and the space and ecosystem is that, people who want to do art and want to do their thing, like even if it's not the most beautiful art, even if it's subjective to people, there's going to be core people that just say, hey, I like this community. I like the idea. I like where this is going. I want to support this. And all of a sudden you're, making millions. You're, making a living off of something that you've been passionate about your whole life. So congrats to Ghxsts on that. Super huge. Also big congrats to DeeZe crossing 42,000 followers. Rest in peace his inbox. Rest in peace his notifications. I cannot even imagine. I was talking to Bored Elon about when he thought it got overwhelming. He'd said 10,000. I would agree with that. I can't imagine what 40,000 is like, or 100,000 or higher. But DeeZe certainly deserves it. He is nothing but good. And just an OG and overall one of the biggest spreaders of NFTs to the public and onboarding so many people. So he deserves as much love as he gets. I wanted to touch on Pranksy real quick, going over a couple of his largest owned supplies by NFT. Pranksy tweeting that he owns 22,224 moments in NBA Top Shot. Yeah, the people in the room around me are just looking at me in pure what the hell is going on? 22,000 moments. For Gods Unchained, he owns 16,700 unique cards. He says at CryptoKitties, 3,341 cats. Previously, he held, though, over 30,000, which is insane. And then on Rareable, he owns 1,800 ERC 721s, some art, some collectibles, some utter madness, the Wild West of NFTs. Avastars has 1,500. It just shows that there are huge collectors out there. A lot of people have been collecting from the beginning, and they've absolutely aped in. Pranksy is I don't get this. I don't get why it says I don't follow Pranksy when I followed Pranksy for forever. I don't get that. I've engaged, I've DM'd Pranksy, I've talked to Pranksy, I don't understand that. Twitter literally just unfollows people. It's an actual thing, I think. So yeah, huge shout out to Pranksy. Super excited to see the bags. Super excited to see what bags Pranksy builds next. Because there's definitely projects that Pranksy is going to ape into and own 500 plus pieces. I just wanted to bring this up because it was kind of a big deal. I minted my resignation letter. So I resigned with an NFT to go do NFTs full time. I minted it on Foundation. It was as much a meme as a art statement, as a movement statement to what NFTs are. So many people are each kind of hour texting and tweeting me and saying hey, I'm quitting as well. I'm doing this. And I think as I saw the trend start to increase, I was like, hey, this is a moment in time. And I really wanted to find that with a piece of art, an NFT, and make it really high quality and resonate with as many people as possible. So I did go ahead. I minted that on Foundation. Things got kicked off by Youngin Sick with a 1 ETH bid, followed by TJ Thorne at 1.75, and then entered the main fighter, Richard at 2.69, JPEG Digital 3.145, and then Richard comes back in, CypherDAO, Richard, Tropo, Richard, and now Tropo is leading at 8.8 ETH, or 8 point boob ETH, as he asked me to pronounce it. So yeah, I would, encourage people to go just check it out. You don't have to bid on it. I know it is expensive, but you can pause the video. I won't read it through all here. I will link below, but it is kind of my ode and nod to the NFT ecosystem. Also, in other exciting news yesterday, besides Resignation with an NFT, seeing my Twin Flames number 87 sell. It's a Twin Flames that I bought with Tropo. We split it down the middle, 50-50, each paying 4 ETH about a month and a half ago, and now selling it for 120 ETH. It was a really, really pivotal moment in my life, in Tropo's life. It's allowed us to have some comfort into the investments we've made. And yeah, it was really truly a special moment. And a lot of people might think like, hey, you sold this piece for 120 ETH. Cool, you made money, but it's so much more than that. Splitting this piece of Tropo, knowing that it's going to impact his family, pay for part of his kid's college, put food on the table, give him financial freedom for at least the next couple months here if he were to do nothing. And the fact that I could do this with somebody who I've never met, I don't know his name, I don't know where he lives. We've never, we met a couple months ago online on Twitter, and to do something like this and for him to trust me with the money, to trust me with the sale, trust me with the piece, trust me that I would transfer the money afterwards, just means the world to me. I wanted to touch on Blau making his announcement about joining Royal. Talking about a platform, and he's been innovating at the music in the music NFT sector really hard the last since the beginning. And him launching Royal, which allows you to invest in artists, share their success. It's a platform where you can buy ownership into songs directly from your favorite artist and earn royalties with them. Unbelievably cool. I'm super bullish on it. You can go sign up for early access, and you can potentially, if you get the most invites into the platform to sign up, you win an NFT. I think it's the top 333. So I wanted to talk about the We Like the Rocks project. It's the project that was deployed December 25th, a day before the other Ether Rocks project. This is technically the original. There are 99 rocks that you can see. However, technically you can go and mint any rock. There are unlimited rocks. So I can go mint number 700,075 right now. Because there's pretty much, I think there's like a trillion rocks, or 100 trillion rocks. So it's technically it's a uncapped supply, which means the lower the mint number you get, the better. So if I don't want that, I want to get like 665, I can mint that. That's still available. So this allows everybody to go and own a 2017 contract. However, it will be a 2021 mint. You can still kind of own a low serial rock. And I think we'll see this project start to pick up. We'll start to see people trying to mint. There'll be tools. There are going to probably be things that come out to kind of like prop this project up. I think this is, this is one of the earliest NFT projects. It's going to certainly be a collectible. It's going to certainly be something that's sought after from historians who want to just own old NFTs. This is a really cool project. I know there's been a lot of people that have, flooded it, people that don't like it because it's, they're just rocks, but it's certainly worth looking into. If you think it might be collectible, go mint one. I think it's like $65. It could be a good hedge against, what if this picks up traction. I've minted 2, as well as I do own number 37, which I have listed at 555 ETH. I am worried that will sell potentially within the next couple of weeks here, as we probably see people flood into this project as it gets more exposure. But I'm going to try to, hold out and not, roll down the hill like a rock. I'm going to hold it tight. I wanted to just shout out 2 projects before we jump into the market. E9 Art being a project that was floated by me on Discord. It seems to be picking up steam. The activity currently, obviously not a lot happening, and then it just kind of popping off, and a lot of people coming in and just buying bags and flipping. I do think that this art is really cool. I spent a lot of time looking through it, so definitely go check that out. Another project that I found is DeepBlack. Doesn't have quite as high of a floor, but the stuff on the floor still seems cool, very interesting. DeepBlack is an exciting novel concept. It promises to make art investments possible for everyone. The artificial intelligence part of it, it's clearly GAN art. Seems really interesting, so I might pick one up. Here, I was looking through to see who had been picking up. I didn't see any names when I went through. Actually, NFT Enthusiast, Charlie Munn. Who else we got in here? I'm waiting to see like a Keyboard Monkey purchase. I'm like, okay. So the fact that we have one of our own, the Pesci node, in here is bullish. Jimmy selling one, so Jimmy obviously picking one up, so he has a couple. This is what you guys got to do when like you're trying to figure out if you want to buy into a project. Hop in and look. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Maybe I'll throw half an ETH at it and see what happens. Some really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Yeah, so, looking at the floor, I have one at 6, then it goes 8, and then 9, then we're back above 1 pretty easily. This is definitely something to look at. So those are 2 projects that were just floated by on my Discord. Take a look. I looked at them quickly, saw that they looked pretty high quality in my mind, unless I missed something. There did seem to be some good arbitrage opportunities within both of those projects. Looking at the market, CryptoPunks at number 1. We'll refresh right now just because it's been a little bit since I opened this. CryptoPunks at 1, Artblocks Curate at 2, Bored Ape Yacht Club at 3, Oni Force at 4. Oni Force floor really pulling back to 3.33. Makes sense. I think there's a lot of hype. We'll probably see that consolidate. Bored Ape Yacht Club sitting at 25, but as we've seen the last couple morning videos, that's not true. Curated floor at 1.75. Curio cards sitting at 1.82 ETH floor. Koala Intelligence Club or Koala Intelligence Agency sitting at 1.2 ETH. Punks Comics at almost 7 ETH at 6.78. Meebits at 3.72. The Kennel Club almost at 4 ETH. Cool Cats at 2.5 ETH. CyberKong's VX at 0.78, so that's pulling back. World of Women still kind of holding strong, getting lots of love from Gary V. I'm just looking throughout the market. It definitely seems like we're not seeing things rip. A lot of the stuff that's been up here is kind of played out. Subducks obviously making a big comeback here. I think they were down at like 0.5 earlier in the week. Now they're up to 1. VFriend still holding strong at 9.5. Treeverse pulling back a little bit. Damien Hirst, I think, pulling back a little bit because I think this was down. Oh, no, it's up. It was last night was like at 11. Saw a lot of action on this last night. There is still volume, but I definitely think that some of these projects that are up right now might be feeling a little bit of the top. The Hearst pieces, like I said, has been kind of just popping off. Huge volume in the last couple hours here. Seen like 15 pieces go, all going for about 11.5 to 12. Not seeing any big sales roll through. I think last night Tropo told me that there was a 14.5. There are dangers inside. Went for sale. Otherwise, everything's just kind of been liquid at the floor. Expecting this to go another 2x probably from here. Xcopy also seeing a lot of appreciation. Afterburn currently sitting at 5 ETH. I remember looking at this when it was at 1 and saying I should pick one up. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Average sale price going down, volume going down. I think there's been a lot of spikes. You're going to see this pullback. It's obviously not going to go all the way back down to where it was. It'll consolidate and pull off probably, up around the average of like 4, 3, probably around 4. I don't see this going much further under 4. I certainly would like to pick up a Afterburn. I'm a huge Xcopy fan. Guzzler would be great as well, possibly. But yeah, Xcopy clearly being valued by people like Kevin Rose and the others who are making multi-million-dollar bids to be very premium. Art blocks curated. What we got going on here? Apparitions, algorithms, which I ought to have picked up. Scribble Boundaries getting picked up. I think Scribble Boundaries is the next project that we're going to see really take off. I own one, full disclosure, but it does fit into the my philosophy that it's very simple. It was overlooked. People are like, it's stupid. It looks like a toddler drew on a piece of paper. And for that reason, it's going to go to 100 ETH floor. That's just the way the market works sometimes. I know that probably doesn't sound like great analysis, but at the end of the day, it's a very complex algorithm, but it appears very simple. And I think that is kind of like the true statement of generative art, and why like the algorithm means just as much as what it looks like. And if it's simple but a complex algorithm, I think that's probably what's going to perform the best. We've seen it work with Fidenzas and Ringers, although I will say Fidenzas was a very, very complex algorithm. So Oni Force down to 3.3, some consolidation here. This is the time when I would strike on some of these. People seeing the prices dip. Flippers now underwater, trying to get out. So if there's a piece that you've had your eye on, now is the time probably. We might see this dip all the way back to like 2.5, but at that point, your downside is very low, and your upside is still pretty high on this project, because I am expecting this to go very long term, and have that same community around it that we see Bored Ape Yacht Club. Bored Ape Yacht Club specifically right now, well, let's look at the floor, because we don't know what the floor is, because OpenSea, once again, lies to us. The floor is currently at, we're at 20, oh my God, wait, is that true? The floor is almost at 40. It's at 39.5. So the floor for Bored Ape Yacht Club is at 40 ETH. And I want to note again that I called it Bored Ape Yacht Club, 50 ETH floor by the end of September. Everybody flooded me. It's going to happen. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. Absolutely insane. I'm so hyped right now. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning. Wake up. NFTs, baby. Let's go. I'm excited. Big energy. Curio card sitting at 1.82. Lots of activity here, especially with that announcement from Noah that it's going to auction at Christie's. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, it looks like a lot of people are just picking these up because they're old. They want to have collectibles that are old. I know the lower numbered pieces, the lower supply pieces have really been picked up, and those prices have really shot up. But we are definitely seeing that people are trying to still get into the project. Pudgy Penguin's currently sitting at 2.5, 2.7. Still premium pieces going, having a lot of buying around. I think this is it. We're going to see a lot of volume die off here. Prices are going to come down. But I don't see this being the collapse. I don't think it's like the top. I think it is the top for this kind of cycle, because, we had technically you would call this a top consolidation period, another top consolidation period. I don't think we'll go lower, though, because there's a lot of people getting into this, or Diamond Hand, this is their first NFT, and they just want to hold on to it. So we got Punk's comic. As usual, volume is a little down, but average price is going up as they add value. It's just going to continue in this fashion. I don't expect this to ever die or dip down. Just follow Beanie, get in the Discord. There's tons of alpha being dropped, tons of information. Wow, DAO tokens going for 8 ETH right now. What are comics going for? Maybe I should flip some comics. Comics going for 9 ETH. DAO tokens going for 8. Mint passes over 7. This is ridiculous. Oh my God. That's stupid. That is actually stupid. Wow. And stupid in a good way. I'm not trying to FUD, but like, wow. What a quality project. I love G-Funk. CyberKong's VX just kind of pulling down. Volume's down. Average price is up, though. I just think we're going to see a dip in volume for a lot of these projects that have been bought up and hyped up, because there's just less of that pull in. The one thing I will note is that Mooncats, the acclimated, are seeing a huge spike in volume over the last couple of days. Obviously, volume has died off a little bit, but average prices are going up. We're currently sitting around like 1 ETH floor. I still think this has more to go in it. Like, it's, you know, one of those projects that I look at and it's like, it's old, it's cool, it's, you know, it's part of the We Like the Cats movement. So I do think Mooncat's still undervalued project. So we got Bored Ape Yacht Club at, oh my God, are you kidding me? Wow. I woke up this morning, I saw Punks were at 77, and I made the decision to not buy a Punk this morning. Because I was like, hey, this is, you know, I'll wait. I'm going to put some money in, move money around. I'm going to wait for this piece to sell. And I'm going to, you know, I just quit my job to go NFTs full time. So I need money to operate what I'm going to operate. And to buy anything right now would be very stupid, I think. So Punks were at like 77. Then I saw them, I think a couple minutes later, before this was refreshed, I forget what it was at, like 79. And then I saw somebody tweet that there were only 100 Punks until 100 ETH. Punk's now sitting at 90 ETH floor, only a few to go until 100 ETH floor. Absolutely insane. Wow, crazy stuff happening here. Let's see here. And I mean, this all happened within the last 2 hours. Yeah, lots of volume over the last 2 hours. 104 ETH. You know, everything's been bought around like the 70 to 100 ETH range. Nothing too crazy. 3D glasses going for 145, 135 pink hair. Yeah, just insane volume on the Punks. Super clean Punk here, going for 150. Otherwise, everything just being bought in that, you know, floor to 100 ETH range. And they're just getting eaten up. Everybody wants to get in. I bet you a lot of people have, you know, ETH hitting their wallets from Coinbase, you know, from a week ago, and, you know, this is their first purchase. The crypto market currently sitting flat pretty much, up 1%. Bitcoin at 47,200. Ethereum at 3,115. Both are pretty much just flat. It will be interesting to see what happens here going into the weekend. There's always craziness on the market into the weekends. And then we have a holiday weekend a week from now, which are always the most insane weekends in the crypto market. Because when the U.S. is out, you know, partying and vacationing, the rest of the world is, you know, actively doing stuff to take our ETH away from us, FUD us out, or run it up and make us FOMO buy in. So that will be interesting. Oh no, Dylan's gonna kill me. I forgot to say this. There is a giveaway. Go in the Discord. There will be information in the Discord link below. We're giving away 5 free links, or 5 subscription keys to the text app. It allows you to use your iMessage, your Discord, and your Twitter DMs all in one interface. It's very, very easy to use, sortable. It saves your life, essentially. Everybody that's used it, Tropo, Dylan, myself, all love it. And it's definitely something that you want to try. So hop in the Discord, drop a meme in the meme channel. We'll choose some of the favorite memes, or we'll let the community choose, and then we'll give those people some keys to try out the app. With that said, hope you guys are doing well. It's going to be a crazy weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday morning. And as always, definitely stay positive, have fun, do your research, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.